Chris Nelson back live here. SHOT Show 3 years later. Post a lot of happenings in Vegas with Hammer. Beard sexy as ever as usual. So this is what's really interesting. I actually sort of took a dump on my pants earlier when they said they made an all aluminum pistol.
Yeah, a lot of you are familiar with our P15. We released like last year I believe. We started off with the polymer version. Now as he says, we have the all metal version. It's our first striker fired and our first metal frame. As the name insinuates, it is a 15 round magazine. Has oversized cocking serrations and a nice trigger. We took a lot of stuff we like out of competition shooting and added it into this little small package you see here. One of the coolest features on it, which I love because much like all of you, I don't like safeties on my pistol.
Nope.
So
there's my safety right there.
Right there, your booger finger. It has a magazine disconnect and a backstrap safety on there, but if you take the slide off, there's a little flathead key in the frame, and you can turn it once, it'll disable the grip safety. The magazine disconnect. You can turn it again, and it will actually draw in the backstrap and disengage that as well.
So it's like using protection or not using protection. It's up to you, but you get to live with the consequence.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like just a KS7 in 410, but it's not. It's actually a KSG in 410 with KS7 furniture, which I thought was really cool. Just 3-inch shells, 15 shells, 7 and 7 and 1.
And the 2 3/4, 11 with the 3-inch. We also reduced the size of the grip and the pump up here on the action to accommodate for smaller hands for women and children. This thing shoots like it's a 9mm, has virtually no recoil, so it's fantastic for that. And on the beard, you put 15 rounds of double-aught buck in there, so one of the best things out there for home defense, especially. And if you want, you can remove the carry handle and go Picatinny rail. So standard KSG rail, we sell it as an accessory on our website. You pop that on if you want, take off the carry handle, put on any of the flip-up sights or red dots or reflexes that you would like.
I just really want like a Kydex sheath and like this kind of satchel setup where I can just be like, oh God, bear! And just rock and roll. Like, this thing is so fucking light. I just want to whip it around. Women and children guns are fun.
And only $495 MSRP. More towards the end of summer, like a pretty generous release date on it, but there's a good chance that we'll be out before that. So good. Lastly, R50. So a lot of you are familiar with our P50 pistol, chambered in the 5.7x28. Right now we have the carbine version of it. We'll have the rifle version of it if you do not want to go the pistol route. It has this cutout on the lower grip right here. A lot of people used to think that grip was just when it was the pistol, they would use it stormtrooper style for shooting instead of going pistol route, but it was actually engineered to pull up and swing around, and the stock can lock into it on either side. R50 right here, P50 Defender. This is our braced version, as you can see. That'll be if the future permits, and this will be no matter what.
Oh my God, look at that. What the fuck is going on here? I feel like a child. This is childproof. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Just shoot it. People pick it up and...
Is it childproof? Is that the goal?
No, so if you have a live cartridge and you want to unload the gun, so you haven't fired, so you're just going to depress the button, locking mechanism, and you can eject the round.
You're not convinced?
No. No, man.
Over on the tripod, and I think I can get you...
You can convince me?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Oh. Oh, dude. You don't have to. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. God, dude. You come back, and then you got to push it all the way forward. If you do a little halfy. Okay. Is there a way to disable this safety thing?
No, that's kind of the locking mechanism in that. So one thing I'll show you that I like to do is actually put my thumb here, and then you get the camming motion. And it makes it super easy.
I'm definitely being a hard sell customer here. Okay, wait.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you're smart. Why don't they put a thumbprint there or something? This is what I tell my guys. I'd be like, we need a thumbprint there or like a a circle dot that says push. Okay, so they've got the Impulse in the Savage Axis format?
No, so the Impulse is its own product line.
What's the price point?
Kind of varies significantly depending on the different configurations that you're going to get, but really the starting price, $1,500, $1,600.
Oh, yeah.
Then it can go up to $2,700.
Is this what drew your eye the most, the 1911 DS?
Mission competitively, so this is definitely the gun that we look at.
The double stack magazine?
Yeah,
so it's
2011 style. Well,
20 round capacity?
20, but like with the base matter, you can push to 23.
3, I think.
You gotta have some big fucking hands. Let me see your hands.
I have decent sized hands.
I got a small hand, but
Yeah. He's got the smallest one. See, I got small hands too. Big hands, they're overcompensating for something. So $1,500 MSRP. That is a heavy ass barrel. What is this chambered? Is that 9 mil?
9.
Okay.
Yeah, 9.
whole barrel 9 mil.
But that's pretty cool, the heavy barrel, especially if you're running a shitload of rounds through there. It's gonna heat up a lot slower. So that's what we were looking at. This guide rod assembly is pretty neat. Fully captured with a little hex. That heavy barrel's cool. There's definitely some value with that.
17th Magwell, 19th length dust cover. A 17 Gen 5 slide won't mount on this. And it won't mount on this. These two frames are the same. In order to get the 17th length slide on, we had to create a different slide, add a little extra material to the nose.
So 45 lower, 17 upper.
17 length slide.
17 length, okay. So what can I swap this slide with?
A standard 19 Gen 5 creates the 45. You take that slide, put it on the 19 Gen 5 frame, create the 19L.
Okay.
So it just kind of varies.
But all Gen 5.
All Gen 5, yep.
What inspired Glock to go with a lighter trigger system?
When you look Glock over the years, over the trigger world, obviously a lot of aftermarket stuff going on out there, and I think it's just good with the market going in that direction. It was a good direction for Glock to go in as well.
So they went with a flatter profile.
Yes, they did. So the trigger shoe itself, you got a flatter profile on it. So the hook that's on the standard Glock trigger, there's nothing in the top end that's changed. So the top end stays the same. So we have your cruciform on the back of your trigger bar back here. This is your standard Gen 5 trigger housing. There's a return spring all contained inside it, where we made that change from the S springs in the Gen 4 models. As you come over here, we got a sear on the back, and your cruciform has changed quite significantly.
This drop-in Glock performance trigger, which generations? Just the Gen 5?
Gen 5s at this point.
Gen 5 only?
Gen 5 double stacks.
The old Glock style, see the trigger bar, you can't push it down, and the trigger bar and the sear are connected. So no matter how hard I push on this thing, that drop safety, that drop shelf here on the trigger bar, on the housing, it can't go down. So this striker will never be released unless you pull the trigger. This one, the trigger bar is still confined in there, but now since the sear is a different attachment from the trigger bar, you see that? So the trigger bar is still not going to move, so trigger safety is still going to work, but now the sear can just drop and release your striker even while the trigger is not even being pulled. So
in layman's terms, I was like, hey, this one you can pull it back and forward. Hey, this one you can't. Why? But there you go. There's the full technical breakdown. What about the width of this flat trigger? Is it wider?
I feel that it's wider, yeah.
I was going to say, it feels wider. That's why I keep looking.
I think it's that flat, it gives you a perception.
Well, yeah, because you've got this huge radius on the curve up here. So it really does kind of come to a point like your typical curve trigger, huge radius. But I like seeing that they've got the flat profile. Do you think this is something that could become almost like a standard? Could Glock abandon the curve altogether?
I would always suggest market, right? That's going to be above my pay grade.
Yeah.
Major differences, I know everybody's been raving about, it's a metal M&P. Like that's been what I've heard most commonly.
Yep, that's exactly right. It's an aluminum frame M&P. Being metal does allow us to have tighter tolerances, so you get a little bit smoother slide, a little bit nicer trigger.
Yeah, flared magwell. Oh, cool. Dude, I love this. I mean, in terms of the way they made this slide looks so much more compelling. I wonder if they would if these slides would, you got the MOS mount there, but I love this porting up here. But the barrel, is it ported? Yeah, no ported barrel.
Yeah. So really it's just carry cuts instead of ported cuts.
Yeah, lightning cuts.
17+1, everything else the same. Optics ready. The price difference wise, how much are we talking between this and then?
And a standard, it's like, regular M&Ps are 600-ish.
$679, $999. So this is the M&P 5.7 single stack magazine, 22+1. Threaded barrel from the factory, optics cut from the factory. This is what I saw in an early review of the 5.7. You're looking like super close. I can look through it, and it's definitely, it's not a rectangle, it's like a growing. What would your take be on this?
I don't know if it's the polymer that's kind of bending down, right?
Touch it, yeah, push down.
Oh, yeah.
It's the slide pushing down, not the polymer. Do you guys have any chapstick by chance?
No, yeah, I was just thinking.
How much is the chapstick?
$65.
So there's 99% chance I'm the only dude on this floor with a fruit cup and a chapstick.
So if you're familiar with the HK Light LEM trigger or the old SIG DEAK trigger, the advantage to this, so the double strike capability is nice, right? But there is a concept that a lot of serious guys talk about where you have a thinking trigger versus a shooting trigger. A thinking trigger is a trigger where I actually have to make a conscious effort to make that shot go off, right? So with this, I get the best of both worlds. Because I have this long take up for my initial first shot, I actually have to positively make sure that I've made the conscientious decision to shoot whatever it is I'm pointing this gun at to work my way all the way through all of this take up on that first shot. Then, once that round goes off, the gun cycles, now I have a shooting trigger. So I can go from I'm holding someone at gunpoint, I think I need to take the shot, I've now decided to take that shot, now the gunfight's on, and I have a shooting trigger for the rest of that magazine.
Military?
Yes.
I knew it. Well, you said something that tipped me off.
Thinking trigger versus a shooting
yeah,
trigger?
It's like thinking.
If you're not 100% committed to the shot process, you have a trigger that allows you to, in the civilian world, you're probably not holding people at gunpoint that often, but it's happened. You can go on YouTube and see a lot of videos of it happening. So giving somebody that slight barrier before they shoot somebody that maybe doesn't need to be shot yet is actually an advantage in my eye.
There seems to be a huge following for the Taurus G3 line. What is it that makes it so compelling?
So as far as why people like the G3, when you actually get to street pricing on these for your regular non-optics ready versions, you're looking at a $300 9mm that works.
All right, so run through it again because I've never really taken the time to learn GX2, GX3, GX4.
The G2C is going to be our legacy compact gun. We're still selling them because they're very popular. They hit a specific price point. Then you move up to the G.
What is that price point? What's the capacity?
They're going to be. They're all 9mm. We do still have some legacy 40s floating around in those, and you're going to get like 10 to 13 rounds. So then you go to the G3s. The G3s and the G2s are similar in terms of function, but the G3s are all going to have Glock dovetails, so you can use Glock sights on them. Like if you don't like the factory sights, rip them off, put on better sights, right? And then you move on to the GX4s. This is the new hotness. We started off with that subcompact because we want to compete direct with that concealed carry market.
ADX Cheetah has several features and benefits that were not on the original version. We'll start with a Vertex hand grip, stainless steel barrel, Picatinny rail, and let's show you this neat option. Fire, locked and cocked, and decock. Removable front and rear sights, RDO ready. MSRP on the launch edition is $9.99, and it comes with a very sweet leather case.
Good serrations on the back side, front side.
Pull it double action.
Double action?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, that is smooth for a double action. That is very nice. Yeah, that's probably one of the best double actions I felt.
We're gonna get the ladies' perspective. This ladies, man, getting the ladies' perspective here at the Cheetah booth, ADX Cheetah. Y'all
Sorry,
like it or
buddy.
no? That made you run away. You like the Cheetah? Yes or no?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to shoot it.
Said nice nails, rings. It's a no-go because of what? The slide or the safety? Okay. Ambi safety. Deal. What about you? You're a lady. You have rings and nails. You can't run away from me because you work.
I can't. I like it. It feels good in my hand. I have smaller hands, lady. The slide's not a problem. Trigger pull, everything feels good.
I will say it does feel like really well balanced, and something about it just feels easy.
Balanced is the word. Yeah. It's balanced.
And it doesn't feel like clunky or strange in any way. So, okay, and this is all 380. These are all 380s?
Yes.
Okay, so is this aimed at everyday carry?
Everyday carry.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, I will say it looks really nice. I would definitely carry. I mean, I'm not going to stuff it in my pocket, but I'd carry it right here on the hip for sure. Shooter ready. Thanks, Barry.
Thanks, Chris.